Alright, you see Glen up there. You can see this here. I'm gonna walk along here. This is slow. I'm gonna really get assured footing. I really pay attention. Well, as you can see, the Potawatomi Trail greeted us with nothing but ice and really compacted snow. We had to actually walk a lot off trail just to be able to get some grip. But it was a lot of fun. We had 20 to 25 degrees during the day, and then lower teens in the at night. It was a lot of fun, and as you can see, quite slippery. So hopefully you enjoy the video. So let me give you a quick overlook to what we were planning on doing. So the plan was to park over here at Silver Lake. We were going to go on a southerly route and track west to Blind Lake, this being our destination. We ended up changing our minds because this here was a lot hillier, and we ended up going more northerly. So we started out of the parking lot here from 1 to 2 to 3, and then we went down to 4 and then cut across. This was a lot flatter in this area here, and based on how you can see how icy the trail was, a much safer route. This was a lot more hilly in through here, but we kind of had our walking on the ice legs by then, so it wasn't so bad. But it was 7 miles in, and again to our destination at Blind Lake. So into the woods we go, taking our time, and nice view of the lake just before we headed west.
Where are we? Pinckney Trail? It's icy.
Potawatomi
Trail?
Potawatomi Trail.
Yeah.
And we're close to hell. It feels like we're walking in hell because I know it's just white, but that is all ice. We just got started. I'm going to say we're probably a mile in. We're taking it slow and very cautious because we ain't young and spry anymore. We don't want to hurt ourselves. We'll check in as we go, but we are headed to Blind Lake Campground. It's about 7 miles in, and it may take us a while to get there. So slow and steady. We'll check back, and on we go. All right. Makes you work up a thirst, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
So what we've been doing is, instead of walking the trail, we are cutting through the woods, hoping that we get better traction. And I know anybody that watching this video is going to say micro spikes, and we both had the thought of doing that, but neither one of us did it, and I think we're paying for it. But it's beautiful out here. Everything's white. At least we got some snow. So I guess we're about 26 degrees or so. But anyway, that's where we got to go. Little uphills, little downhills are quite the challenge.
Would you like a gummy worm?
What you doing?
Albanese, the best on the trail.
Albanese.
Albanese? Albaneses?
That certified trail food right there.
They're mating. I should probably put them back. Do a different one.
So we decided to take a quick break here. See, we're in the woods. Everything kind of looks the same. It's the woods. Here's the trail. Still icy. Nothing but ice. We're really using up a lot of energy just trying to keep your balance. We're not going very far, very fast, but we're using up, I think, a lot of energy just keeping our feet underneath us. And what's the plan? get to camp.
Drink beer.
Drink beer. We don't have beer.
Okay, bourbon.
Bourbon, a fire, steak, potatoes, fire,
no cake,
and we used to get our hammocks put up. How's that gummy worm?
They're awesome. They really are.
So once we started south on from marker 3, we passed a couple of real nice frozen ponds. And then at marker 4, we came across Pickerel Lake, which had this real nice bridge that went over kind of just a waterway there, and it was awesome being able to walk on solid something that you were not going to slip and slide around on. Then we came across this really cool makeshift bushcraft shelter, teepee, which would really make a cool quick shelter if you had a tarp if you needed it. But kind of neat. And then along in these areas, we came across a woman who was walking with micro spikes, and she was gliding through the woods just like it was a perfect stroll and spring day. Just kind of stopped. It's hard to really see the terrain with the white, but it's kind of a little bit of a hole, and there's some pretty good sized trees right in there. Still going. Icy trails. Icy trails to you. Oh gosh, that's pathetic. That's a big beauty of an oak right there, I think. Glen and I split up. We just decided to take, he's taking a roadway and I'm taking the path, because the road looked like it's just an ice rink. I said I thought it'd be better to go on the path, but the path is a lot more up and down, and it is, the ups and downs are tough. They are really tough. So trying to do this and try to talk and do this and look where I'm going ain't easy. That's all downhill. I'm like in a trench that's full of ice. It's a challenge. So what we're doing is we're out here on the Potawatomi Trail. We started off at the Silver Lake. Whoa! Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here. Silver Lake Trailhead, and we ended up parking there, and we kind of went a little north, kind of a little bit backwards. Went north, came back down south. Figured it'd be a little bit easier, but it wasn't. Nothing's easy. And we're headed to Blind Lake, which is where we're gonna camp. So we're just gonna do a single night. Brought way too much stuff. I'm gonna cook out, have some steaks and potatoes, and just really enjoy. Really just kind of hanging out in the woods in the middle of winter, which is fantastic. But that's our goal. We're sticking to it, and we just got to be real careful. So things are going to take a lot longer than what to get from point A to point B. So that's what we're doing. So this is our view from our found campsite, which we got there probably 4 o'clock, 4:30, and it was a great spot overlooking the lake. But as you will see, we were kind of, the picnic table in the ring was sitting right on top of a ridge. Can you see the joy in Glen's face, though? So as I was saying, you can kind of see that I'm set up just to the right of the fire ring and picnic table. And I'm over the ridge there just enough to where I'm not catching any wind off the lake. And just getting ready to kind of prep for the evening, have enough wood to sustain us through the night. Because hey, some of the best part of camping is or hiking is hanging out and kind of just camping and chatting and just kind of doing a whole lot of nothing. We like it. We're all set up. This is my setup here. I got a super tarp with doors, so we'll put those down later because it is just a slight bit of a breeze. I got my chameleon with the winter cover on top there, and hammock gear, top quilt, under quilt, and quilt protector. Spreader bars, just give me a little extra room in there. Glenn's up here, we got the fire going already. Been collecting wood, busting our fannies here since we got here, and we are hungry, so we're getting some coals going. I'll run down to Glenn's setup here and see what he's got going on. I'm a little closer to the fire, as you can see. Glenn's down over here. We kind of wanted to get ourselves on the opposite side of the lake, which is over here, just because the wind is coming directly off the lake. So we got a little bit of a berm here to protect us. Glenn's set up sideways. His setup's a little bit better than mine. I'm kind of going the wrong way, but I got the doors, so I should be okay. So he's got his hammock gear under quilt. I can't remember what kind of hammock he has. And he's got his tarp set up here. I think he's got a sleeping bag that he's using, a 20-degree sleeping bag. And we're pushing it tonight as far as the temperature. We're looking at should get down in the low teens, close to single digits. So we're pushing our stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. We got the remember we got the Costco quilts. If you guys out there haven't gotten one of those for the cost and benefit that you have in those things, it's fantastic. Glenn, he's back over here. Like I say, he's got the fire going. Sweaty feet. So he's taking his liners out. I'm going to put them next to the fire here and try to warm them out, dry them out a little bit.
Soul steaks.
And yeah, cooking his liners before we cook our steaks. So, but anyway, there you go. Quick look at camp. Wasn't long till we had nightfall and had the fire roaring. Got a good bed of coals for some steaks. All right, so we got some steaks on the fire. Everything's really looking pretty good. Got some potatoes going. One's got his down in the fire underneath the steaks. Steaks are looking good. Potatoes are looking good. Everything is getting ready to chow down. And the only casualty is I melted my water bottle. Things are starting to freeze up a bit. So, anyway, food's looking good. We're gonna eat soon. So Glenn and I both did fillets for steaks, and he did a baked potato, and I did sliced potatoes cooked in butter, and cooked those on a firebox twig stove, and everything turned out great. The end of our day. Gosh, where did we leave off at? I think we were eating dinner, which was fantastic. We sat around the fire for a bit, had a good chat about life and all of the good things that are in it. It's about 9 o'clock. We said, you know what? Fire's dying down. Got a little bit of wood left over, good hot coals, so we'll be able to start a fire in the morning. Should be just fine with that. But she's about 12 degrees and snug as a bug in a rug in here. And my feet are warm. Everything's good. I got a hot water bottle between my legs, keeping everything warm. You can see it's got my little own personal hotel in here. So hitting the hay. Gonna watch some videos before I hit the hay. But calling it a night. We'll see what tomorrow brings. So I've got my 20-degree bottom and top quilt, hammock gear, and my Costco quilt. The 11-foot chameleon hammock with its winter cover. I was snug as a bug in a rug. And can you tell? I'm smiling on my face. Okay, fire's all spread out. These lovely fire pits that we have to deal with. Can't even see that we were even here. We were sprawled out in the woods. Couldn't even see that we were here. Here's a good look at the lake before we leave. A good look at Glen. He's all packed up. Got a 60-pound pack on. Ready to roll.
We're good.
But we all slept really good. Peaceful night. Quiet and warm. Being warm is perfect. It's, you wake up and just getting out of bed is sometimes it's probably the worst part of the day. It's just so cozy. It's going to be another icy trip. We were going to go around the other side and have a longer walk, but it was really too much of a. It was. Yeah, we don't want to get hurt out here. I mean, and it's it's kind of pushing that aspect. So the extraordinary things that nature provides. Any guesses? Huge tree, and really the wonders of nature. Here's this thing. It's standing tall, and the one branch that's holding up. Give the example there. You see the whole thing, boss? That little bit of a guy is holding that thing up. The wonders of nature. Hold strong, young fella. Gonna see a little bit of the elevation move there. We're going downhill, but just up and around these little mounds. Nothing too bad. It's a little easier walking this morning. I think busting the trail a little bit yesterday, and going the same way back. We got some footprints to step in. Runs up the trail, down her. Again, still taking her time. Still taking her time. This nice little woods. A little easier, like I said before, a little easier going out. It's actually kind of nice because on the way out here yesterday, all you did was solely look at where you're walking, and that kind of sucked because you don't get to look kind of look around and see kind of what you came out here for, which is to kind of look around and see the sights that are out here. Something I'll throw out there just for everybody to know that my wife lost her mother yesterday. She had a long illness, and she's at peace. So just be thankful and to Mary and her family that they had a wonderful, wonderful woman that nurtured them, took care of them. She was an awesome lady. I've known her for better than 20 years, and we had a blast with each other. We really did. We were probably too naughty than what you really should have been, but we had fun. It was our relationship, and she's a good lady. So God bless you, Jeannie. She was awesome. She will be greatly missed, but also very honored. So with that, onward we go. Going along, and we figured we'd take a quick break.
Go
and-
nutty.
Pap tart. I got one of these complete cookies. These things are good, really good. A lot of calories, And in the cold, don't let it fool you. In the cold, you're burning up calories. You really do. And as always, drink water, because you're losing it whether you know it or not. We're just taking a quick break. We found a log, nice little area here. We got our view of the lake, and just sitting here taking a break. So enjoy our snacks.
How you guys doing?
Later.
We are good.
Glenn, he's seeing everything is rosy.
Rosy colored glasses.
He figured to give him a try to take some of that glare out. And, so we just passed our last junction, 3. Yep, 3, and now we're heading to 2, and that'll pretty much put us back to the parking lots. We're heading that way. As we were eating our snacks, we actually a couple came upon us that were they were camping at the campsite at Blind Lake, and we passed them walking in. They were pretty much just starting to get set up, and so they're just a little bit ahead of us. But they took the northerly route, and they said it was pretty rough yesterday, and then they kind of more or less did the loop, a shorter loop today, same route we're taking. And the girl said she fell about 4 or 5 times, so that's a bummer. Neither one of us have fell, which is good, thank goodness. But just to give another person's perspective to what we're dealing with out here. Same situation. I think the gentleman, as he came by us, he says, "You guys having fun dealing with the luge?" And that's a pretty good description. Glenn actually thought, it'd be interesting if he brought a sled. We could sled down the downhills. If he could probably do it. He could probably do it. Of course, the only thing that's going to stop you is a tree. Of course, Knob Creek has kept our spirits up, our innards warm, and what else does that do for us, Glenn?
Lubricate.
Yep, lubricate the joints, keeps us lubricated. What else? It just makes it overall a little bit more enjoyable, It's kind of been our little, we've kind of started ourselves a little tradition here, so let's see. Got the map, so we just walked from 2 to 3, or no, 3 to 2, and which was our first kind of section when we came in, and that was by far the treacherous part of today, and I legitimately almost wiped it 3 times. Glenn, he's like 6, what are you, Glenn? 6'3", somewhere in there. He's a lot bigger than I am, so he's able to break through the snow. I was following him and couldn't break through the snow, and I'm just sliding down, basically sliding from tree to tree. She was tough. Whoa, it was tough. Yeah, we're just about done. And just show you. There, Glenn. Tippy toe, tippy toe. So we're coming up to the parking lot here, and that pretty much does it for the trail. So he was tippy toeing. I got to turn this thing off because if I don't, I'll wipe out. Oh, look at this. I'm walking on pavement. So this is the parking lot. And I got to be quite honest with you. What a treat to be walking on solid ground. Oh, now Glenn's directing me to go over here. I gotta be careful. Otherwise, we get a path. Just walking on solid ground, my goodness. This is Silver Lake. the main lake out here. Pretty good sized lake, and I gotta tell you, the breeze coming off it. Whew. So we're walking solid ground. Oh my gosh, just to be able to take a full stride is taking a full stride is quite nice. It was a good trip. Good trip. Had its challenges by far. Whew. So, all right, I'll show you this. There's Glen, tippy toe. So, end of pavement. We're gonna work our way back to the car here, and we'll see you back there. So, how you feel, Glen?
That was a lot of work. Walking on those icy trails,
Uh-huh.
definitely need those spikes. And if we had spikes, piece of cake. Man, that was a lot of work.
So, we're all done. What do you think, Glen?
24 degrees, car says.
24 degrees?
That was good. Temperature was all right.
Yep.
Everything was good except for the ice.
Yep. Good trip.
Man.
Good trip. Awesome trip.
Good.
Camping was good. Again, getting out of that hammock with all your amenities of keeping warm is probably the worst part of the trip. Although this trip here was accented with the ice. Lessons learned: micro spikes. Next time we try a winter trip, whether we need them or not, they are coming along with.
Bring them. Whether you need them or not.
Yep. Bring them.
You never know.
Yep. So all our gear worked really good. I gotta say, the one thing I had problems with was I figured I'd bring butane, 100% butane, to heat my water with the pocket rocket. It didn't work worth a crap. I figured with the cold temperatures, just being 100% butane, it might work better. Yeah, it didn't. I mean, it did work, but it took forever. So Glen used what was it, Esbit?
The Nesbit stove.
Nesbit stove.
3 tablets to boil 2 cups of water.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. I thought 2, but 3 was what it needed.
But it was a good alternative, you know. Not a bad idea. So, but yeah, that's what you do with this stuff. You know, you get your stuff. You see what's going to work, and if it doesn't work, you make adjustments the next time, and make it a lot easier on yourself. So anyway, great trip. We're exiting the park now. So the little bit of the Potawatomi Trail and Blind Lake, it treated us well. It was a lot of fun, a lot of challenges, which, hey, that's what makes it memorable.
That's all part of it.
Yep, makes it memorable. So Glen's gonna take us home, driving us home. The Potawatomi Trail was definitely good to us, and as you can see, we only scratched the surface. We got to come back and definitely do it again, maybe in the summer. Working hard to get those perfect shots.
After you, sir.
Here, go ahead. Let me go back and get it. So there wasn't a better way to end our trip than hitting a local restaurant, picking up a nice burger and some ice cold beverages. And hey, we can't wait to share our next trip. We'll see you next time.